Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
The disciples' journeys were as varied as their personalities. Peter was bold and passionate, but also failed at times, even denying Jesus. Yet he was forgiven and became a strong leader. The lesson from Peter's life is that even when we fall, God's grace restores and calls us back. Andrew was the first to introduce others to Jesus, including his brother Peter. His life shows that sharing Jesus doesn't require a stage. Small acts of faith bring big impact. James was fiery and passionate, eager for greatness. But through Jesus, he learned that true greatness comes not from power, but from serving others. John, known as the disciple of love, was one of Jesus' closest followers, and taught that love is the greatest commandment and the mark of true faith. Philip was curious and always asked Jesus deep questions, showing us that faith grows through seeking and learning. Bartholomew, also called Nathanael, was skeptical at first, but later followed Jesus wholeheartedly, teaching us that God meets us where we are, even in our doubts. Matthew, once a tax collector, left behind his wealth and reputation to follow Jesus, proving that God calls the unlikely and transforms lives completely. Thomas doubted Jesus' resurrection, but later became one of his strongest believers. His story reminds us that faith is not the absence of doubt, it's choosing to believe anyway. James, his life shows that faithfulness matters even when we are not in the spotlight, demonstrating that every act of faith, no matter how small, is significant in God's eyes. Thaddeus, also called Jude, asked Jesus deep questions about why he revealed himself to some but not to the whole world, showing that God reveals himself to those who seek him. Simon, he left behind life to serve Jesus' mission, teaching us that true change comes from Christ. Judas Iscariot betrayed Jesus for silver, but later regretted his actions. His story warns us that loving wealth or status more than Jesus leads to destruction. The disciples continued the work of spreading the good news, emphasizing that their mission continues. Jesus didn't choose perfect people. He chose ordinary people with flaws, doubts, and struggles, just like us. And he is still calling people today.